What's up everybody, Kyra here again on Sugar Sweet Reviews. We are back for a very exciting one today. I have my foundation, concealer, lid primed, all ready for this. I'm super excited. Today we are going to be reviewing not one, but two new things from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, the long-awaited Jawbreaker and MiniBreaker. Now, before we get into everything, I just want to let you know what I have on my face right now. I have the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in shade Shell Ivory. And then for my concealer, I have shade C8 in Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer. Love the formula, super creamy, goes on really well. And most concealers don't match up with different foundations, but this one matched up very well with Wet n Wild's foundation. Just full coverage, beautiful. Notice a couple bumps that are showing through. That's nothing. And finally, for my setting powder today, I'm using Revlon's new Photo Ready Candid Setting Powder. Super soft, velvety, just all around gives me a matte finish that I love. So this is honestly one of the best setting powders. That it goes on really well with a brush, the beauty blender. Alrighty, so now we're just gonna go ahead and dive in. We're gonna be starting off with the beautifully packaged MiniBreaker. He never fails. Jeffree Star never fails with his packaging. So this is the actual carton. Super raised. I love the Jawbreaker aesthetic. On the back, it has the Instagram, YouTube, cruelty-free. It's good for 12 months upon opening, and this is technically opened. Let's take a look inside. Oh gosh, super happy with this. Cute little mirror, and it folds all the way back, which is really nice to get a better look. Oh god, I love the look of Slice and Bite Me. This purple one is my life right now. I'm seeing just so much prettiness. Let's go ahead and give them a swatch here. Alrighty, so let's get into swatching these. We're gonna go top to bottom. So we're gonna start with Double Scoop, Orange Crush, and Foreplay. Ooh, Orange Crush has some sparkle. I did not notice that at first. Ooh, I don't know if I can show you the sparkle. No, it's a very faint sparkle, but this is Double Scoop, just on the finger. This is Orange Crush. And then Foreplay, ignore that one. So Foreplay does need a second swipe, but they are really pigmented as usual from Jeffree Star. There's the first three: Double Scoop, Orange Crush, and Foreplay. I was expecting this to be a little deeper in purple, but there are two other purples that we will be playing with here in a second. Alrighty, and so next, let's get to the second one with Oral. Oh, it's so iridescent in there. Let's grab that real quick. Like, oh, I will be putting that on my lids, I know it. Oh my god. But it just shines so pretty. There we go. And next we're gonna do Purple Punch. Pretty matte. He's always so silky smooth with his mattes, and it's, of course, super pigmented. Loving it. Next we're gonna go into Slice. And here's where that, oh, such a beautiful gold. Super pretty. Let's go on to the final row, and we will be playing with Bubblegum, Bite Me, and Hot Fudge. He's always so cute when he picks out names. Oh my god. Let's do some Bubblegum. Pretty matte pink, super pretty. Going down here. So pinks are kind of difficult. We're gonna go over that with another little swipe. And it just gets more pigmented. Just gotta use more than one swipe. Not a big deal. That's what most mattes have you do anyway. It's such a beautiful pink. I have nothing really to complain about except for some of the mattes do need an additional swipe to get that solid pigment that we normally see come. Let's go on to Bite Me. Another metallic, beautiful purple right underneath the bubblegum here. And that one swipe gets you that so much deeper purple. I love this purple. This purple is going to be my best friend and I just know it. Let's dip into some Hot Fudge. It is a matte brown, really cute. I don't really use many normal colors, if you haven't found that out. Like most of the mattes, you do need a second swipe. I already did that off camera, but this is the MiniBreaker. Alrighty, and so what we're gonna do with the MiniBreaker is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do one eye with the MiniBreaker and one eye with the Jawbreaker here in a minute. Once again, here they are: Double Scoop, Orange Crush, Foreplay, Oral, Purple Punch, Slice, Bubblegum, Bite Me, and Hot Fudge. Alrighty, sorry about the quick change. It got really warm in my house all of a sudden. AC just kicked on due to it, but we're gonna continue and get straight into this. We're gonna take, let's go a bit of Foreplay up top. I wasn't too proud of this part of the formula, but not a lot of. Okay, so pretty much done there. Just a little bit more down here. Now, bear with the weird angle. I'm doing this in my bathroom mirror. But back to the formula. Oh my God. This is turning out super pretty. I did not think I would like Foreplay, but I have to say this formula is super nice, super creamy, and oh my God, it's super purple. Now, I don't want to clean my brushes in between every color, so what I go ahead and use is the BH Studio Pro Quick Brush Cleaner. You just swipe in here. Notice how all the colors are blending in like a little pretty cloud. This is for your larger ones, say your foundation. Just swipe through and it dries off. Ooh, should probably get that off there, but yeah, there's the Foreplay. I use this pretty much all the time because I don't know how to use any of my brushes, and sooner or later I will have to learn. But for now, we're using this along in conjunction with the rest of my BH Cosmetics. So Jeffree Star, ColourPop, BH Cosmetics, and a lot of different smaller brands are all coming out with these great formulas and these amazing looks and different things you can use on your face for people with sensitive skin like myself, such as Jeffree Star and all the other vegan brands and all the brands becoming vegan. It is amazing, and I want to thank you all for supporting them and for letting me support them by you watching me. Alright, back in it again. This is going to be one of those longer videos that I do. I don't do them often, but I feel like ranting today. Let's get back into this MiniBreaker, and I have to say, we're going to go in with one of these, and we're going to start out with the Purple Punch. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go in with this quick little brush with, again, Purple Punch. Let's test this for me. Oh, it goes on the brush so quickly. My God. And then And with this brush, I can actually cut the crease a lot easier than I normally would. I am a newer person to the cosmetic world. Guys, look how quickly that is filling in my inner eye. Let's just continue here. Now, I want you guys to know that if I'm doing something wrong in my video and you notice it, comment down below, let me know what I'm doing wrong. That way I can learn to fix it. I'm a new artist. I'm gonna repeat that a lot in my videos. I'm a brand new artist. So what I'm doing here is brand new to me. In high school, I was the odd one out and I thought makeup was pretentious. And I am so wrong about that because it lets you express yourself in ways I could never do in high school because I didn't know makeup was for everyone. I thought it was for those high up rich people. But Jeffree Star and BH Cosmetics and Let Me Fix This and all these brands that I've just now come into contact with have shown me makeup's for everybody that wants to use makeup. And I am so proud to be in this community with all the help I've been getting. Thank you so much, everybody. And like I said, sound off below. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. I will happily learn how to fix it. But let's continue here. Alrighty, and then we're gonna stop that purple for right now, and because I want to go in with a different color on the inside of my crease. Now we're gonna go ahead and I want to see how this oral color looks on the inside of my eye when it's primed, because it was such a pretty color, and it of course is a pressed pigment. So if I were to have my brush wetted, there would be a lot better coverage on my brush, but there is so much on there already. Let's go in. Like it. Now, now it does show up a little more iridescent if it's under an eye color that's matching. Do have to say though, I am really impressed. Most pressed pigments don't really work for me. Cullinan or Entitled, they usually don't work on my eyelids, but this one is really well made. Just try just a little bit more. Yeah, definitely. Let me just take this. Definitely a lot more iridescent in different lighting, as well as on top of another color. But I do like the blend. But what I'm gonna do with this inner corner, again, what we're gonna do is go in with the corner of my eye with this little straight edge with, we're gonna go slice, my apologies. Another pressed pigment. So I just wanna double test the pressed pigment. Some of the colors are just really hard to make. That is so pretty. I am loving this gold. For the underside, I'm actually gonna do this off camera really quick, but we're gonna go in with this bubble gum really quick underneath the eye. Okay, so that bubble gum is under there. I do have to say, it does pull it together. I did clean up some of the edges. I am really impressed with the blending and how easy it went all on. All in all, I do have to say, this is one of my favorite little palettes. This is so pretty. And I love that I actually didn't need eyeliner. I was all set and prepared to put some on. I will probably put some gold or white underneath just to give it a little pop, but nothing on top because that's purple punch. But this palette is so versatile. I've never been able to use purple and not feel like I've actually been punched. And it goes super well over the concealer, Magic Star concealer. It goes really well with the formula, really floats into it. I have to say that gold was so iridescent. The moment I put it on the brush and then it transferred onto my eye, it was just by far the best gold that I've put on my eye. I left some of the concealer up here, emphasis on the colors below, and it's just mixing so well together. I did that is my first really good cut crease. Any feedback is welcome. Please leave it down below. My permanent collection. And now that we look half and half, let's get into Jawbreaker. Now I'm really excited about this one because it is 24 shades. I really am excited to open this. I've seen it online, I've seen it on a shop. I just had to have it. Now we all see the unicorn carton. Again, it has his Instagram, YouTube, JeffreyStarCosmetics.com. It's good for 12 months upon opening, cruelty-free, vegan. Now, look at this gorgeous, oh, it's so pretty. There is no protector, but what they do have is, it's a little hard to open, and that is because they actually put a little sticky glue right here. Doesn't ruin the package, so you're safe there. It will not harm your package. So, looking at these, I have to say, they're super bright. They look super pigmented. Let's jump right in. This is gonna be a long swatch. Okay, and there are two that we don't have to swatch because we swatched them in the MiniBreaker, and those two are going to be Bubblegum and Bite Me. The one that I actually didn't use in this ensemble, but that's because I just wanted to try out the pressed pigments. This one will be swatched. Now, these are so versatile. Let me just show you again. 24, and there are a lot of mattes. Now, like I said, up here, the glue actually kind of did transfer some of the bubble gum, but that is fixable once you get all of the glue off. Really excited for this pure red. I have the blood sugar. I haven't really used it, but I'm excited to try this bright red. Let's get to swatching first. Alright, let's go right down the line. We're gonna start off with the first one, Virgin. So it's kind of reminiscent of blood sugar's glucose. It might turn out differently. We'll swatch it side by side just to give you a taste of what it looks like. We'll start out by swatching glucose. Like I said, it is a pure white. Glucose is a pure white. Swatch it right here. Kind of does look real nice. And then let's go ahead and grab this Virgin. Oh, it's a little different. It's more like an eggshell. It's closer to my pigmentation than glucose. It is a pure white for glucose, and it's more of an eggshell for Virgin. So in case you were wondering what the difference was and why it's in here and not in the blood sugar, it's a different white. So just so you can see one more time, this one is glucose and this one is Virgin. Alrighty, and we're gonna go ahead and keep going with that one. Good morning next. This is good morning. Can't really see it on my skin tone. Maybe one more swipe. There you go. It's very, very neutral, and it's right here. One more swipe. Let's see. Just kind of pat it on, and it looks like it's just part of my skin. This is not anything. This is my skin popping out, but there is good morning. Alrighty, so the next one we're skipping over the bubblegum because we've already swatched it. It's already on my eye, so we're just gonna go over that one. I love it. It's setting really well. So moving on, we're actually gonna do the first yellow, and it's called Wow. I love the names. Oh, it's a bumblebee yellow. Here is Wow. And now it only needs one swipe, but what if kind of pat on just a little bit more? It gets even brighter, much prettier than most yellows that I've come across. There is nothing I can swatch this next to compare it to. Next, we're going to Suck. God, I love his names. So we're gonna go ahead and swatch the color Suck. And it kind of reminds me of the terracotta of Tongue Pop, but it is, again, it's a brighter version. Let me swatch it next to it. Tongue Pop from Blood Sugar. Next, we're going to his Pure Red that we have seen Prick. So it's really exciting I'm gonna swatch that next to it from the Blood Sugar and the Jawbreaker. This is going to be Licorice. Look at that pretty red. Licorice over here. And it's still on there. Like Jeffrey has said, vegan red formulas tend to stain, if you haven't noticed. We're gonna take Prick, swatch it right next to it. It's more sheer. Prick is more sheer, and it doesn't go quite as far with one swipe. If you take another one, so it's more bloody orange than Licorice's Pure Red. Now, again, these will probably stain for me, and they will probably stain for you. I know every time I've used or tried to use the Blood Sugar, it has stained my lid, even with primer, concealer, foundation, and the concealer on top of all that. Alrighty, let's get into the next row, and that would start with Cute. It's so silky. I love all of them. Now, it's kind of like of mint tea, but kind of mixed with Flourish from the Blue Bud. And let's quick swatch those for you. This is mint tea next to it. So it's really much brighter than the Cute from the Jawbreaker. And then Flourish is it's a lot darker right next to mint tea here. But it is what I kind of see when I see Cute. Cute, again, is right here. This is mint tea and Flourish from the Blue Bud palette. The next one on the list is Fuck for this fluorescent terracotta. Now, this one is more pinky coral, but again, Fuck is not rivaled in my collection. We're gonna get that off, and like I said, reds and red adjacents kind of stain, so my arm is getting kind of red. This makeup is holding up relatively well in my hot apartment. I was not supposed to be testing out the other products so well today. It was just supposed to be Jawbreaker and Jawbreaker only. But I do have to say, it is not transferring, and my skin is breathing so well considering it's hot. It's 90 degrees right now in my apartment. Alrighty, let's get into the next one. It's called Gumdrop, and Gumdrop is just so cute and precious. I wish this was in the MiniBreaker because it would have went perfectly with this. But like I said, this is Gumdrop. It is not rivaled by anything in the blue blood or the blood sugar. So it is, again, the only purple. These are the only purples that I have actually working really well from Jeffree Star. Again, that is Gumdrop. Now the next one, Snack, is reminiscent from the blood sugar, and I will swatch them together just to show you what I think it looks pretty similar to, just to have you get an idea of what it is. Alrighty, so let's grab a swatch from Snack. It is a pretty little metallic. Again, this is Snack over here, and it is a nude, but a metallic nude. So you could use it as a highlighter, you can use it on your lids. And moving on to Brain Freeze. It is a sky blue little number, and it's matte and super pigmented. Brain Freeze over here. It kind of reminds me a little bit of I'm Cold from the Blue Blood. Let's quick get a swatch of that for you. I'm Cold is a little more sheer and needs just a little bit more pigmentation if it were to even come try and match Brain Freeze. Next up in the lineup is the one called Jawbreaker. And now it kind of reminded me of Cullinan from the Blue Blood, but it is not the same. Blue Blood's is more sheer and more pure white, like my eyelid right now. And Jawbreaker is actually more bone white, not so much pure white. So we're gonna swatch it, have you see it here. And again, it is, oh, it's got gold flakes. I didn't even realize. It's a shifty gold. Next on our to-do is the third row, beginning with And What. I love his sassiness in his naming, as well as his play on words and his genuine love for naming his products. It is shimmery, but not as much as the previous Jawbreaker or Snack. It is a raspberry color, not so much red, but raspberry, and it does semi-shimmer. It might shimmer better in actual sun lighting versus beauty lighting. But like I said, raspberry, very pretty. And next up in the lineup is Orange Juice. It's a shimmery orangey. Ooh, he really likes those metallics. Press that in. I don't know if I can show you, but just look how it shifts really quickly. And that is Orange Juice. Next up on the list is Sour. I don't have any other greens, but that is such a pretty green. It kind of reminds me of mint tea, but again, it is deeper and more pigmented, whereas green tea, I'm Cold, and Blue Blood are more sheer, soft colors. And again, this is Sour. Going on to the next one, it's the Pure Blue. And we're gonna swatch it next to the Blue Blood. A couple of the blues might match up to it, but Soaked, I've seen everybody use it, and it is super pigmented. I am just baffled by how pigmented this is. I have to, like, it goes almost all the way down my tattoo. If I had started here, Next up is the color Raspberry from the Jawbreaker collection, and it is of course a raspberry matte, very pigmented all the way down. Final one on the third row is Cotton Candy. Now, it doesn't have a rival, again, for me, because I do not have the Beauty Killer, but it is a sparkly little pink number. Drag that down. And if you take all the pigment in it, it does go a long way. Next up is the final line of 6 colors in his palette, the Jawbreaker. First one is a pressed pigment called Lemon Drop. It is a metallic pressed pigment. Very pretty, and again, it's just needs a little more help going down, but it is a pretty, oh, it's so shimmery, oh, they're so soft, and of course, like I showed, they blend really well. skipping over Bite Me because we've already done that. It is not on this ensemble, but we're going into Cherry Wet, which he mentioned is a color that he's been waiting and dying to do because he has the lower liquid lip of Cherry Wet, so he figured let's match. Now, again, it is kind of a cherry color. Next up, I'm gonna do two at a time because they pretty much go together. The first one is Tasty and the next one is Cone. So we're gonna do Tasty on one finger. It's the brown in the palette. And Cone is more of a tanny. So here they are. This is Tasty. This is Cone. And we're just gonna swatch them next to each other. Like I said, it's more of a tan. I'm not sure I will ever use this one. I might use this one for a softer brown smoky eye. I will be using a lot of these colors just because it's so versatile. I can use them for a night out of town, going to work, being out and just grocery shopping. There's a lot I can do with this palette. But finally, without further ado, the final pigment is called Delicious. And by God, it is delish. So deep. It'll work so well with a lot of different colors. I have not much to say about this one because I don't really use deep colors. Now, before I choose some colors to put on, let me just say a couple things. So a lot of these colors were reminiscent of a past palette, and that's okay because they're different in their own way, and they sparkle, or they're deeper, or they're more pigmented, or they're still unique and they're still really good. So if me putting them up against the Blue Blood and the Blood Sugar kind of set you off from getting it, I do apologize. That's not what I meant to do. It's just to give you an idea of what they look like. This is a new look that I will never have done because I don't use greens and I don't use yellows, but I want to try them. So here we go. Okay, so we're gonna do a bright yellow. We're gonna use the Wow first. Like I said, we're gonna leave some of that white up there to give it a little flair. Now it is going onto the brush really well. And I'm gonna do another cut crease just to get the hang of them. The formula is kind of a fallout formula, but it is bright and it is there. Just pack a little bit more up into here. Okay. We're going to do the Pretty Gold very quickly. Okay. Okay. All right. Ooh. Very easy to put on. Now, for this side, because it's not defining my eye like the purples, I will be going in with a black eyeliner. Okay. Oh, that's really nice. Okay. Again, it goes on really nicely. Adding it. Okay. color here. I went from sour to suck, so that actually looks a little nicer. I wasn't too keen on that green. I don't really use green a lot, so I mean, kind of understand why I didn't like it. And now we're gonna try the pure red, the licorice, on in. All right, and then just to give it a little more depth, we're gonna go in with the color Fuck. Just kind of blend it into that yellow a little bit. Alrighty, so what I went ahead and did is kind of brought that yellow down to make it look more like a sunset. And I'm actually liking the effect. We're gonna go ahead and deepen that and make it a little more sunset-y. But I think I'm pretty much done with this look, just to clean it up. And alrighty, so that sunset is pretty much done. We're gonna go ahead and go in with Jeffree Star's Velour Liquid Lipstick in Blue Pony, just to finalize that for you. Now these are 100% eye safe, so watch. Okay, and I just did my eyeliner off camera, kind of concealed it back up. I gotta do it again, but I did my eyeliner with Velour Liquid Lipstick in shade Weirdo and Blue Pony underneath. I'm really liking this sunset-y summer vibe that I just got done with. Alrighty, and that's it for my looks for Jawbreaker and the MiniBreaker. I have to say, these two are my favorite palettes. They're so versatile, as you can see. They're just so different in looks, and it's for everybody. I highly recommend it. He should restock here soon. He usually restocks his summer collection once, so that'll be your final chance. I do know a lot of people that are selling it because they can't get into it, or they're not happy with it. I am completely happy, and I give it my thumbs up. No problems here. This is Sugar Sweet Reviews. Thumbs up for the Jawbreaker, MiniBreaker. Sound off below. I will leave my social media in the description. Go ahead and follow me, and stay sugar sweet, babes.